Good morning, welcome to a new week and a new vlog. It's Tuesday and it's already manic. So I have sent out for my skincare brand the email about the price increase that's happening in July, but I need to film a reel, and ChatGPT has told me that the best time, after I analysed the Instagram, the best time to upload it is between 10 and 12, and it's now 10:45, so I need to go and sort this out. I need to set up, I need to record it, edit it. Let's go. Here is everything I'm going to use. This is the film with. This is for my little script. Microphone, products just to have in the foreground. A little screen that I can put on the back of my phone so I can see when I use the back camera. And a light, because it's not the nicest weather today. We didn't want to do this, but here is why we have to. And stock prices and UK tax rates, we unfortunately have to increase our product prices by 7%.
Progressing as you start to debunk a lot of these things. I talk about my work in the book, the patriarchy panics because it realizes you're no longer controllable, and then tries to. So yeah, graduated college in 2016, and.
Hello. I apologise in advance if you can't hear me very well because it's a very windy Wednesday. I'm just hailing the cleaner's meant to be there, but she's not turned up. But I've decided that I'm on my way round to Spacegoods to do a bit of work, providing that I can actually get a seat. But anyway, yeah, yesterday was quite a full-on day in the sense that, although I was quite pleased how it worked out, so I'd recorded the video for social media and it's nearly at 5,000 views already, which I was chuffed about because compared to the other ones that have been scheduled by another party, they're kind of averaging maybe 800,000 views. Anyway, I was just feeling I'm very hormonal, I'm very overstimulated, very overwhelmed, all the overs, and such to the extent that I am all of those things. Mum come in and she was looking at she said to me that I'm very lucky because they're organising, they being Mum and Dad, are organising to get me a painter to come and paint like the hallway and stuff. And she went in the living room and she was like looking at the walls and she was like, I think I'll get them to do the walls as well. And what about new wallpaper? Will we get new wallpaper? And I was like, I just went, oh, I like the wallpaper, do you not like the wallpaper? And she burst out laughing. And do you know that way, I know it sounds ridiculous saying that, but do you know that way it really upset me? And then I burst out crying because literally it sent me into a panic. I was like, I do not have time to go and look for wallpaper. I can't, I literally couldn't. I think it annoyed Mum a wee bit because I know I was being illogical and I was being ridiculous because she said to me, I'm just trying to do it to help you and cheer you up. But honestly, see the thought even now, the thought of having to spend time going and looking for wallpaper, and I think it was because, you know how I'm not very good at processing change, and also it's not something that I had, it sounds ridiculous, but it's not something that I had known about. It was kind of sprung on me. So I haven't processed it or decided. So yeah, Mum was like, okay, we'll just leave the living room. And then she spent about an hour trying to, because I really need a new fridge. Something's happened at the back of it, keeps freezing. It's not that it's cold or set to cold, but it's freezing and then it's causing water to go down the back. And then the door of the fridge has been put on not the wrong way around, but the way it opens up, I can't get the tray out. Anyway, she was trying to sort that. Right, I'm away in. Hello! Can we just take a second to talk about how wild hormones are and how lucky men have it. They literally have one hormone, which is testosterone, which peaks in the morning, and that is it. Women have got, I think it's about 3 that fluctuate all throughout the month. And they have a lot to answer for, in my opinion, because I was doing the washing up before I came out there, and I was watching Brogan Tate's like home vlog, and her and her husband Benji, they are like the bestest friends in the whole world, and they're so made for each other. And hold on, I'm scared you're going to shoot off, come around this corner, we're okay. And they just do things like I mean they're very old before their time. They're only 30, I think, and they're like, yeah, they're old before their time. But anyway, just their mannerisms and stuff that they say, and like, she seems to think that being in her 30s is like peak adulting. But anyway, they were like, she'd had an everything shower, it was like a Sunday or something, and like she'd get her like clean jammies, and he had made food for her and set up, like they were going to watch the F1 and do a puzzle. And it's not necessarily the relationship side of things that upsets me, it's the fact that like they are so close. They're like, as well as being married, they're like best friends. And I've touched on this before, but it makes me really, really sad that I don't have like a best friend. I have people that I like call my best friends, but you know how you get some people who are like, they're almost like family. They end up getting involved with, like, they come to like family events, and like you call each other for anything. And like I've got like Sam, like, I would say Sam's my best friend, and Lisa. Jo was my best friend, she's now my heavenly best friend. And then I keep circling, because of that, I keep then circling back to this whole idea of, am I the problem? Am I not likeable? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, I keep, and it sounds ridiculous, but I get really like triggered earlier on because I got another email about something totally unrelated from the person that I've been speaking quite frequently about in this vlog, to do with like the business and whatever. And it was just about, I think it was like an email campaign or something, and I haven't even read it yet. Like, I think it's just asking me to approve like one of the emails or something. But again, it was just a kind of like reminder of that whole situation, and the kind of, it sounds really dramatic, but like the trauma. Because one thing I really, really struggle with, and I feel like I have spoken about this at length, is like, well, number one, change, but also like people leaving me. I think that is a kind of ancestral past life thing issue, because I think I've mentioned before that I've not had a proper like past life regression done, but like Maggie, one of my friends, was pretty adamant that this age is the oldest I've ever lived to in any of my lives. So in one of my lives I was like an orphan, and basically I've always like died young. So I am like your classic case of abandonment issues. I've got abandonment issues. Well, I remember when I was younger, I used to hate it when like mum dropped me off anywhere. I didn't like going and staying overnight for like sleepovers at my friends' houses. I used to get really anxious if like mum or dad were meant to come and pick me up from somewhere, and if they were like late or whatever, I would get really, really panicky. You guys got issues. And I can't remember where I was going with this, but yeah, that's just, it's been a roller coaster today. I did, when I spoke to you earlier on, I know I was going into espresso cart, and I ended up getting, I'd scheduled 2 reminder emails to go out over the weekend, and I was pleased because we got another wholesale order in from a new stockist, which is good. Can you see me? I look really, really dark on the viewfinder. I feel like, because my jacket's quite light, it's just like a talking jacket. But and then I made some product when I got back, and now I just got into Stewarton. I'm stuck at the cross, because I'm always stuck at the cross. Because I've got a physio appointment with Marianne, past, much like early for once. And then I've got Maureen's PT, and then I'm maybe going to train, but to be honest I can't be bothered, but I know it's good for me. We'll see. But tomorrow, can't remember if I've told you or not. I feel like I've said, can't remember if I've told you or not, about 25 times already in this clip. But tomorrow I'm getting tattooed, which I'm so excited about. It was meant to be one in my foot, but we've since changed. I'm now getting a kind of shoulder, upper arm piece. Well, the start of. Just see how much she gets done in the time. But in the morning I'm going to Whiterabbitskincareuk because I was contacted by Alison, who owns Wee Wild Saunas, and I've wanted to do one of these for the longest time. So basically she's got one of these like portable saunas, but Whiterabbitskincareuk's like her main base. So she had messaged me. It was like the perfect kind of manifestation moment. She'd messaged me because she's interested in like maybe getting some skincare products developed, and I had said, yeah, I'll come down and like talk to you and whatever, and I'd love to try the am I gonna fit in here? Right, let's not watch me do a reverse. Oh god, I've messed this up. I feel like I'm like a mile out. Oh god. Right, let's just go and actually do what did I do? I hate being indecisive. Well, that was a faff and a half. Sorry, I was mid telling you about Alison. Yeah, she wanted to get skincare products developed. I'm going to chat to her about that and then try the sauna out, and it's obviously it's right next to the loch. So I'm gonna. People on her page seem to do the like cold part first and then the sauna, but I've always been taught or learned that you do it hot then cold, because apparently if you do it the other way about it can something to do with like your heart rate and stuff, and it could potentially be dangerous. So I'm gonna ideally do sauna and then cold dip thing, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I really need the toilet. I am prime example, ladies and gents, of why you shouldn't rely on motivation to exercise. So I went for my physio with Marianne, and it was great. She loosened off my back, but because she worked on my back I decided to do a bit of lower, and now I feel really good, even though I know I was saying earlier on that I wasn't in the mood for it. But I was telling myself that it is a privilege to be able to move and train and whatever else, which is very true, if I say so myself. And I always get really...
And even over-the-counter pre-IPO...
I always get really inspired like by my own clients. So Maureen is amazing. She was telling me, I didn't realise that she's 61. She doesn't look it, she looks amazing. She always like... Her technique is always perfect, and she's just like a little model student. And then I had like a really good laugh, like Gary and Kirsty were in, so Kirsty managed to lock herself in the toilet. Don't know how she managed that, and it was just good vibes. So now I am off to Tesco, my second home, because I've got things I need for the morning. I need to check my shopping list actually. I do know I need toilet roll, that's one important thing. And then I'm just gonna grab some bits like some protein bars and maybe some bottles of Huel and stuff. Just something that'll be like easy eating when I'm in my tattoo. But I'm actually really looking forward to going to the Wee Wild Sauna tomorrow. I was messaging Alison, the owner of it, earlier on. Yeah, just looking forward to meeting her and what her plans are. I think by the sounds of it she's wanting to do something similar like what I do for Espresso Cart. So like a kind of collaborative product, so it would technically be my product but with both our branding on it kind of thing. I was also actually talking to a guy about potentially taking them on as an online coaching client. And that's a good little segue for me to plug my online coaching if anyone wants some help and accountability when it comes to training or nutrition or general lifestyle, mindset, or all of the above. One of my email addresses are down below. I'm hungry now though. If my favourite sushi is there, I'll get that, I think, as a little treat. Not that I need an excuse to treat myself or treat myself all the time. I have arrived! Only 15 minutes behind schedule. I feel like I need... There's like so many duck and geese down here. I feel like I need a cameraman that can come with me and vlog me, because I also want to get stuff for social media. Look, there it is. So cute. Well, that was fabulous. I now feel amazing. And my coffee's here. Buzzing. So we did 2 rounds of sauna and a dip in the loch, and I actually found I could have stayed in the loch for quite a while, but Alison was like shivering.
Nice. Allow yourself to simply listen.
So, oh wait a minute, I don't know where I'm going.
Head southwest towards National Cycle Route 7.
Yeah, I'm definitely going back, and I'm so excited because Alison was telling me that she is opening another sauna at Brassy in Troon. So I was like, I will be there all the time. Sign me up immediately. And she, like, I got on so well with Alison. She is from Lewis, and
Turn left to stay
but she
on
now
Rockcliffe
lives
Road, then
in...
turn left onto A760.
She now lives in Irvine, and she used to work in IT, I think she said, as like an IT consultant or something like that. But then she just decided that wasn't a life for her, and she ordered the sauna, and she only started December last year.
Left.
So I am going to this weekend research. She basically is really interested in doing like a collaborative product. It's like a kind of post sauna balm, which is a really good idea,
Continue on A760
because
for 3/4 of a mile.
you end up feeling like a prune. So yeah, I'm going to research ingredients and things, and then get my chemistry hat on, start experimenting. Hopefully we can come up with something. Now it's tattoo time! Woo! Is there? Well, I must officially be famous because I've had someone set up a fake account in my name, trying to say that I'm selling like spicy photos and stuff, and apparently when you follow the link it charges you $2.99. I'd like to think I'm worth more than $2.99. But I have changed my username now, and yeah. Also, I picked up one of these like monster cans which has a whole extra 53ml in it, and I hate these lids. But never fear, because I don't think my straw would even fit in here.
Toward greater opportunity. I make
First
decisions
world
that align
problems.
perfect,
Right.
perfect people, resources, and circumstances.
I need to head home It's now 5:20. Need to head home, do a speed change and get changed because guess whose period decided to dramatically arrive when I was in Macquarie? Clue. Me. And then I'm going for my blow dry and then I'm going for my chips. Yay! I'm quite proud of myself right now. I'm also quite impressed at the goal of some people, but I can't remember if I mentioned earlier on, but I'm potentially taking on a new coaching client, and I had explained to him that I've got like a setup fee, which a lot of people do, because I got into a lot of effort going through all the forms, like reviewing them, creating all the programs, and sometimes previously, before I had this fee in place, people would then be like, actually I've changed my mind, I'm not doing it. So that's time that I have wasted, essentially. And I just checked my messages there, and he was like, you can tell me to piss off if you want, but is there any chance that you can maybe like waive all the setup fee for me, because I'm not exactly just gonna like take the program and just go and not what was it he said? And I just went back to him and I nearly said something like, sorry, I'm afraid. And then I was like, I'm not sorry and I'm not afraid. And I just went, haha, nice chance for trying, but there's a reason that it's in place. If you want to proceed, send to and my bank details. I need to be more like other people. But then I don't want to be like other people, because who wants to be like other people? Hi, hello, good morning. It's not morning anymore. It's afternoon. I have been to Pilates this morning. Third week in a row that I've been late again. I really need it. It sounds ridiculous, right? But it actually gets me down how, like, and apparently it is, not to blame everything on ADHD, but apparently it is an ADHD thing. It's like time blindness or something. But I'm like, how can 1 minute can it be like 7:45 and then the next minute I'm rushing out the door at 11 minutes past 9 and the class starts at 9:15. But had a really good class anyway, even though at some points I felt like I was flopping about like a little seal. And then I've just been at the Costa at the Odeon, so I got my Uncle Paul's, the holiday booking that I made for him. I got it all registered, so I'll get my commission. Although I was reading that I don't get the commission payout until October. And I also got the onboarding forms for my new client created and sent away to him for the online coaching that I offer. And I am now on my way round. I'm meeting mum and potentially dad, but I don't know yet, for lunch. I feel really, it sounds ridiculous, I was sitting in the Odeon and I felt like spaced out, and that was before I started any coffee. It's a weird feeling. So yeah, that's just me for right now, and I've got no battery. What do you know? Bye! Hi! I'll just turn myself off. I was watching my own vlog. Sometimes I watch them back and I think, it's actually quite good. I'm quite enjoying that. But it's Sunday. What have I been doing today? I had a lovely chill morning. I met up with the girls who I used to work with, so Kirsty, Jen and Lorna. And we were actually saying we should be so proud of ourselves, because that's been twice in the 1 year that we've actually met up now. Because not last time or the time before that. So not last time, but the time before that. The time before that was 5 years that we'd last met up. So I think we last met up, was it maybe February or March time? So it's only been a couple of months, and we're hoping to get another one in maybe about August time, because Jen and Kirsty are going away on cruises separately, but it's always so good, like even if it has been a long time since we've last seen each other, we always just, it's like it's been no time at all, and we always have a good blather and whatnot. So I did that, then I went to Tesco, of course, If you know Ayrshire, I went to the big one in Orphan. And then this evening I just sat and I can't remember if I've mentioned this before, but for my coaching clients I am going to now start offering, or just doing as part of my standard practice, human design for everyone. And then it means I can tailor like their coaching exactly to them as an individual, because human design, it takes aspects of like astrology and I Ching and what were the other parts of it, and basically it's like there's no one size fits all. Like, we are not all made from the same cookie cutter. We are literally so individual, and what works for one person might not work for another. So I just thought, why don't I then integrate that into my coaching so that I can treat everyone, well, I like to think I do treat them individually, but you know what I mean. So I have created like the kind of outline of that, and then it means that I can go in tomorrow and go into each person's human design and get their chart and like update it. I'll show you it tomorrow and for you in the next vlog. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and close this off, and also say thank you for watching and commenting. The comments on the last vlog have been so lovely, and I'm glad that you have missed me as much as I've missed you. But I hope you've all had a good week. If you have, let me know what you've been up to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.